right. How about that? Love this song. Kurt, thank you, bud. What's going on? Sometimes I wonder, Kurt. I appreciate the post there. Morning, Miss Teresa. Thank you, Christine. Appreciate that. Morning, everybody. Loretta Reed. Good morning, all of our regulars. It's Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. How about that? I got a lot going on. Didn't know if I was gonna be able to go live or not today. I went over to see Mom. Mom's not doing very good. Don't want to talk about that much more than that. I appreciate all the thoughts and nice comments over the years, but Mom's just not doing really good, and it's gonna be tough. But Dad's doing well. That's my big concern right now. And Dad's doing an awesome job doing what he can for Mom. So I'm proud of my dad. He 87, taking care of her. So good job, Dad. So we got that. We were down in Miami yesterday for some softball. And that was a long drive. Holy cow. Very long drive. Incredibly long drive. Even without a lot of traffic, I was very surprised how long it was. It was South Miami. I'm moving some windows around, so bear with me here, everybody. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I was the biggest mama's boy growing up, and I'm gonna do more posts. Trust me. Y'all have been following me for years. We called Mom on the show before. So yeah, she's been a big part of our weather family through the years. So yeah, we got some weather to talk about. 100%. We're going to get into that. We got severe weather coming next week. And that's your city, Javier. Awesome. Seemed like I was just down there. Remember we were chasing Raphael down in the Keys? Seemed like I was just over there, man. That big South Turnpike turn. It's that big water area over there. It looks like, is that a reclaimed water area? But it's like very weird green-blue. But actually, I think the traffic down there is a heck of a lot better in Orlando and Tampa. I don't know. You never really have the stop and go like we do on Interstate 4 or 75. It's crazy. But anyway, it was a great day. Went to Miami-Dade. Emily didn't have the best day. It was rough. It was very rough. But you got to remind yourself, don't let a bad moment ruin a bunch of good moments. She's had a lot of good moments in her softball career. It was just a bad day for the whole team. It's tough when you're so competitive like I am. Dad sends some dad posts or texts. I just have to sometimes. I'm like, don't say anything, Mike. Don't say anything. This goes out to all the sports dads out there, softball dads. Simple things. Tough day. I know you tried your best. She wrote me back. I said, but you got to control those walks and those first pitch balls. You knew that going in. Ask Dad of me, right? Then, of course, here's Ask Dad. What's the point of all your warm-ups if it's just going to wear you out and you still can't throw a first pitch strike? Like, don't just throw to throw. Work on things. If something's not working, use that time. That's just me. I'm so competitive. Then I wrote back and said, I love you very much, and she loves me. And that's kind of why I think she's successful. A little bit of me is in her as far as that drive goes, I hope. Well, here's Louie. Let's talk weather here in a second. Appreciate all the messages, everybody. We're going to get into the weather, I promise, here in a second. Brew crew over there looking good. I know, Shelly, I would have just left it. But I can't. I can't just leave it there. Dad's always got to go one step further.
And he doesn't listen to me when I tell him
Yeah.
not to.
Yeah, and Julie's trying to be the good, mom. Let it go. Hey, Steve, you're driving a semi. Oh, God, it was bad, wasn't it? So here's Louie, by the way. All right, so let's talk about our brew crew and our daily brew. This is our daily brew brought to you by ABC. It's Friday. What a great day. It's going to be an amazing weekend. We're going to talk about the weekend. There's zero rain for most everybody in the Southeast this weekend. So if you got if you got to pick a weekend to do something in the Southeast, this is the weekend to do it. Because the following weekend we might have some weather coming in, or I'm seeing already for the following weekend. So this is a great weekend. Get those boats out. Go golfing if that's what you like to do. Go to a park. Enjoy the day. We got softball tomorrow. But really big thanks to ABC for all the support of MWP and let me do what I love to do. I really appreciate that and what they do. So let's get going. Here's the weather map for the day. What's up, Richard Reamer? Good morning, Marianne. Let's say hi for a few minutes, and then we'll go right into the weather. Hey, we got something from Barbados. What's up? Raymond Harris from Barbados. How's it going, bud? We'll be talking about weather for you soon as those tropical waves start making their way over, right? Kind of quiet right now. Javier, we played Miami-Dade. Very good team. They were undefeated. Mardi Gras this weekend. Terry's been looking forward to Friday. Yes. Patio show. Where's that at, Mitzi? Where you live at? Morning there, Terry. Who we got in the chat new? Anybody new before we get into it? Morning from Northport. Drove through Northport yesterday, Stephanie. There used to be black and white sheriffs. The Northport police used to hang out on Interstate 75. I never sped. I never speed. Just don't speed in Northport. Buffalo, what's up there, Nick? Hey, Mark wants to have the great question. The discount code MWP30, the discount code for Furman. It's getting into hurricane season, right? Believe it or not, it's March coming up. Is it tomorrow, March? Is this the 28 days? Is this it? Is tomorrow the first? I don't know. I assume it is. Is tomorrow already March? Tomorrow is March. Oh my God. Oh, Terry Murphy, thank you. Did you do it through our website? Thomasville. Terry Murphy, Thomasville, Georgia. Julie, remember the travel trailer incident?
What?
The travel trailer hubcap?
Oh yeah, when you made me run down the road and get it.
Y'all have a railroad track in Thomasville, and our travel trailer hit it, and there goes my hubcap. And I pulled off the side of the road, and Julie ran out and got it for me. Luckily, I was looking in the mirror and saw that the hubcap came off. It was a rough railroad crossing back then. So, all right, so we're going to go right into weather. Hey, I want to make one quick comment. I know everybody's talking about the NOAA NWS news yesterday. A lot of layoffs, a lot of people getting fired. I really am not educated enough to make too many statements about that other than personal friends of mine, including some over on X, were affected, and I do feel very upset about that for the. And I am a little worried, reading some bigger meteorologists talking about what could potentially be taken away as far as forecasting. Now, all that stuff I don't know anything about. I wish I did, but those that are impacted, I'm very sorry to hear, and like I said, it affected some close friends of mine in the weather world, and so that's all I really got to say about that. So I don't really know enough to talk about it other than it's happening, and I just wish I knew more, and maybe today I'll try to read up on it some more. But I am aware of it, and yes, I do know a lot of folks being impacted by that. So there you go. Kind of sucks. But we'll keep doing what we do. I'm going to keep talking weather. This is not a political page. God, I made a simple post on X last night just letting everybody know, I feel, upset about those that I know and what's going on. And that was it. It's not political. Please don't turn any of this into political. I love both sides of the political spectrum, if you know me long enough to know, I just love weather, and I'm not going to stop doing what I love to do, and very fortunate to be where we're at and have friends in the industry, and that makes it more impactful to me now because now they're getting affected. So but thank you for 21 years of MWP now, and hopefully we can provide a service to you and a different perspective on weather. And it's all about the messaging. I work very hard on the messaging. I've changed a lot over the years, trying to tweak the messaging a little bit better, and be compassionate on emotions and hurricanes, and and how I talk impacts. And this will be 21 years, and we'll see what it brings. I'm going to talk a little bit about the hurricane season at the end. There are little signs of some hurricane stuff. Maybe La Nina might not be as strong, neutral might not be as strong. So I'm going to go into a post. A couple people posted today. We'll get into all that, but we'll talk about these big storms coming next week. So the big story, weather, is next week storms Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, a little bit Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe some storms the following weekend. Okay, and that's going to be a big story. So there we go. What do you think, Louis? Louis is doing better, by the way. Deborah's up in Tallahassee. I love Tallahassee. I'm going up there March 10th for emergency management day up in the Capitol. I'm not taking Louis, though. We talked about Louis. He had to go to the doctor the other day. Louis is doing a lot better. Right, buddy? He had some animal bit him or something. But he's doing a lot better, so. All right. Cool. I appreciate everybody. Let me rant a little bit and talk. Have my back here. I'm trying to be transparent on my thoughts. All right, so there's our little front. So here's what's cooking. We got a big system coming off the Pacific, actually. Cut off low that's going to be scooting across the U.S. here in a couple of days. And when it does, it's going to be a big, deep, low pressure, and that's going to be fueling up a lot of storms and instability. And we could be seeing impacts all the way to the Atlantic coast, maybe even down into Florida some. So this is the front now. Not a lot of rain with this front. It's going to keep things a little cooler in the morning, but still not that much. It's not a big push down, not that classic, big polar Arctic plunge that we see. Florida Man games are this weekend too, by the way. I cannot make it because Emily's got a big game tomorrow, and that's important to me. But the Florida Man games, good luck to everybody to that. That is so much fun. If you're in the North Florida, South Georgia area, look up Florida Man games. It's an amazing event. It's on Saturday. You'll love it to death. It is so much fun. Good luck to my buddy Josh. OMG Wicks will be hosting it. So seriously, look it up if you're looking for something to do tomorrow. A lot of fun. All right, so here's your rainfall forecast for the next 3 days. This is through Monday morning. Look at that. I mean, you talk about nothing. I mean, nothing. A couple little sprinkles down south. We went through those sprinkles yesterday. They're very insignificant, but that is nothing. So if you're looking for a nice weekend, this is the southeast here. A little bit of Texas included in this graphic. A little bit of Virginia is included in the graphic, but that is precipitation through the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not much cooking. Gotta love that. Temperature-wise, tropicaltidbits.com. We talked about this cold front coming through today, and tomorrow morning temperatures, 59 in the middle of Florida, 50s along the upper Gulf Coast, maybe some 40s in the upper Gulf Coast, maybe. So we'll be in the 50s for a big part of the South, 40s for some in the upper Gulf Coast. So it's not a major cold front. This is tomorrow morning low temperatures, but 59 maybe down in the Naples area. So tomorrow warms up though. Tomorrow we back into 70s again tomorrow, and then you'll see basically just a slow warm up as we get this storm coming in that we're going to be talking about. So Sunday morning about the same, 50s, 40s. A little bit of 30s dipping down there in the mountains on Sunday morning. Could be a little precipitation too, wintry. But here is the warmth coming, and let's flip it on over to dew points. Dew points, a good representation of potential storms. So as we get into next week, you can start to see these dew points pulling up around the Gulf. Anytime you get a high pressure system here, it funnels in this Gulf moisture, and the dew points are climbing. We're going to have a horizontal competing jet stream dip, which creates a lot of potential for tornadoes. Here is those dew points on Tuesday, stretching up into the upper 60s. There's your low setting up. Very powerful looking low pressure area that's developing across the middle U.S. here on Tuesday. But this is it. You got a big powerful low pressure. You got a lot of instability and a lot of potential here for some storms. And the big question mark is going to be what remains on Thursday down into Florida, but definitely Wednesday. I'm going to show you. There's your Wednesday. So could see some significant weather all the way to the Atlantic coast with this system. Everybody thinks that Tornado Alley is shifting a little east, maybe just a little bit. Seems like more and more tornadoes are happening a little bit east from the normal Oklahoma, Texas. I'm not really a tornado guy, but I do know that we're going to see severe storms across eastern U.S. There's your low. I want to talk a lot about that, though. It's incredible. But here's your latest Storm Prediction Center outlooks. These just came out this morning. No huge changes. So the one thing that is confusing when you see these, you can't really look at the colors and what this 30% means and 15%. Just know that any day 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 outlook that has yellow is an area that they're probably going to be getting at least a 2 out of 5 yellow enhanced slight risk storm map from the Storm Prediction Center. That's pretty much what that means. Tomorrow's day 4, so we're not going to have anything until Sunday. So when Sunday rolls around, we will get more into these graphics, which are your individualized risk categories. So we don't have these this far out. So Sunday-ish, maybe Saturday night. I don't know when they come out. Saturday night, Sunday, we're going to get these. And we'll probably have an enhanced 3 at least, I would think. Maybe 4. I don't know. But this will be Sunday we start to get these graphics. This is what we got now, just basically highlighting this particular area. We got a little bit on Monday to the west, but mainly this whole area is looking, the worst of it. Now, in fact, this continues on towards the Atlantic coast, down into Florida now a little bit more. We could see a little bit more stormy, severe weather chances later in the, going into Wednesday. So some of this could be Tuesday night, unfortunately, and this is going to be Wednesday night. Wednesday night on the bottom. Your SIPS models, this is a GFS ensemble blend. It's a very useful tool. It's a different perspective put out by the ensembles. GEFS is the ensemble blend from the GFS. Same thing, basically highlighting it's a little bit lower down into the southeast Gulf Florida area here for potential areas that could see severe storms Wednesday. So we could see it, spread down. This is because it's coming in off that Gulf of Mexico. So these two areas are the areas to watch Tuesday night and then Wednesday into Wednesday night. And every day it gets closer, a little bit more confidence. So, what's up, Miss Renee? What's up, Angel Baby Max? Bill Barber, what's up, buddy? Jacksonville, Mitzi. Okay, there you go. Southeast, Loretta. You always get them confused. Southeast, Upper Gulf, Atlantic Coast. I always get confused on what to say. For sure. All right. There's the SIPS models. Let's look at some individual models here. Let's go back to weathermodels.com. These are a paid site. Basically looking at 500 millibar, and you can see this is a cutoff low. Anytime you get a cutoff low, man, sometimes it gets spicy, and that's what they're worried about. You get a cutoff low coming across the middle U.S., you get a lot of energy pulling up out of that Gulf, fueling the storm potential. So that's the setup. and it looks like it could extend all the way to parts of Florida and the East Coast, a lot of the Mid-Atlantic. So that's very, very high confidence still that's coming. As they say, details are always sketchy this far out. But there is our 850 millibar winds, just showing you that low-level shear and almost a negative tilt on some of the models showing. So that's low-level winds reaching the surface, extremely hard, fast winds reaching the surface. That'll mingle with the jet stream winds, and that's when you have a lot of lift. Morning, Harold. Nope. Next race for Furman, I believe, is Phoenix. Deborah from Live Oak. What's up? I met somebody from Live Oak at the Emily softball game. Are you her? The only thing spicy I like is spicy wings, Terry Murphy. Coco, good morning. From a lot of people from Jax. Anybody in Jax going to the Florida Man games? Coco, it's fun. You should check it out. All right, so this is just more, more signs of severe weather. And again, I'm, cautiously, selfishly wondering how far south in the, and by the way, this is, this particular model is the Euro Ensemble blend. It's not the individual run. So it's definitely high confidence amongst the, all the members that we can see something severe. So, as anything this far out, things can change. It's just confidence is there. The jet stream is not behaving very well. And again, the big question is going to be for me. We know it's going to be bad Tuesday into Tuesday night. We know Wednesday it's going to be stretching towards the Atlantic coast. The big question will be how much energy remains for severe storms. But no matter what, you're going to have a lot of wind, man. Even mid-Atlantic northward on Wednesday. We could definitely see some big winds out of this thing. So I don't even have my wind map. There it is. You can see that it's going to be extremely windy. Anything yellow is 34 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. So it'll be very windy across the eastern part of the U.S. Going back to tropical tidbits, this is another just, showing you these winds and surface winds and what we got. So I like this one. So this is the European. Now, what I've learned, very simple. Anytime you get 990, 980 range pressures over land, that usually means a lot of tight pressure gradients amongst everything else. So we're at 989 on the blend of Euro. That's pretty darn low. The GFS hanging about the same, 985. So you can just see there's a GFS, 986. Big dip in the jet on the GFS Ensemble blend. High confidence. The Euro Ensemble blend, the same thing, 987. So extremely low pressure over land. We'll see. But that's pretty low. Latest actual run from the Euro, 12Z. Oh my God, 978. Jesus. It's even getting stronger. Man. So, that's bad. So, every day, still far away. But man, 978. Holy crap, that's amazingly low. That's the latest Euro 6Z on the tropicaltidbits.com here. That is a tremendous amount of low-level winds that will likely reach the surface and create instability. But man, holy cow, 978, that's incredibly low. That is a lot of wind. Jeez, we don't see that very often. That is crazy. All right, latest, we'll look at radar. This kind of gives you the idea what it looks like. So here's late Wednesday. There's that line. These lows, the farther north they go, the less energy they have down south. So the more this low gets on out of here, the less likelihood of anything too far into Florida. So that's the big key if you're wondering where I live. that low stays a little bit to the south, then it's going to be able to produce a good little squall line here. But again, mid-Atlantic, late Wednesday night, down into Florida. This is the SIPS model showing, this is the Euro, but the SIPS is showing a little more dip into the Florida peninsula and down into South Georgia. This would be late Wednesday night. So yes, keeping an eye on it. Latest GFS, same timing, late Wednesday night. So we'll just have to keep an eye on the severity of that. Latest Canadian model, there's your little line Wednesday night. So yeah, that's about it, man. Land cane. It sounds like a Margaritaville bill. Yeah, purple's not good. So yeah, rain. Bill, hey buddy, see you, man. Sue in Southwest PA. Hey, my mom and dad grew up in Warren, Pennsylvania, north of you, and my aunt down in Somerset. Oh, we went to Publix last night. Oh my God, we went to the Naples Publix off of 75, and it was closing time for the deli. So I'm not bashing anybody, but man, we had no turkey. The onions were not that good. Bread was very, very crusty, and I have to detail my inside of my car now because there's bread crumbs everywhere. And all Sarah wanted was those little chicken nuggets, and they were out of chicken. So we had to give her, the shrimp just popped in. So they had some fried shrimp and some cheese curds. And after sitting all day at 8 o'clock, I don't recommend them. But she's good. They had french fries too, so the french fries held her over. But the shrimp was, oh God. And the cheese curds, oh yeah. So my fault for going in at 8 o'clock. So again, not bashing, just funny story. Because we sat there 20 minutes. I texted Julie, probably would have been better to go to McDonald's. We were trying to be good and eat healthy. All right, so there's that. Let's look at some rainfall totals. Let's see here. Total accumulated precipitation. It's going to be a fast mover. But hey, blue's about almost close to half an inch to an inch. Purple starts to be 2 inches, so we could see rainfall here. This is through the weekend. Oh, no, never mind. Excuse me. Sorry, we got to talk about the other system. All right, so anytime you have a fast-moving front line, it doesn't have time to put down a lot of rain. Obviously, the more flow we get up here initially, so rainfall, purple, 2 inches. Blue is half inch to an inch. This is rainfall through Thursday. This is cold front number one. This is the strong one. So not looking at a lot of rainfall across the Atlantic coast, upper Gulf Coast, down into Florida. We'll have a skinny line. It'll be a skinny squall line, but nothing that's going to linger and bring a lot of rain. But what I want to do show you is what's coming the following weekend. And we started talking about this on Monday. Today is Friday. It's still there. All right, so we have another little system coming in on the bottom side here that is showing up more and more. And here it is. This is a little bit lower riding low, not as strong. So maybe it won't be as severe weather as much as just rain and inconvenience for the following weekend. But it keeps showing up, and it's something to just kind of watch as a potential weekend. So here's Friday night this week coming up next week, Friday night. Here's Saturday morning on the Euro. There's a 996 pressure. So again, could be a sneaky little low, bringing some storms across more of the south, a little more deeper into Florida. This keeps showing up on the Euro, so it's definitely something to talk about. This is Saturday morning next weekend. Here's Saturday. This is the following Saturday. This isn't tomorrow. The following Saturday. And then there's another little spot. So that keeps showing up. Could bring some rain to Bermuda over the weekend, maybe into Saturday night into Sunday too. So that is interesting. That's the latest Euro. The latest GFS is a little slower, but it's showing the same general idea. Here's Saturday morning, the following Saturday morning, and here is Saturday night, the following Saturday night, and then there's Sunday morning. So the GFS is kind of coming on board with the Euro. Following weekend, Canadian kind of showing you the same thing. This is Saturday. So the following weekend, we got some sort of a low that's coming across, bringing some weather. And seeing more and more signs of that. So if you something to keep an eye on the following weekend. That's way far away. We don't usually get too into details that far out, but big thing, of course, is next Tuesday, Wednesday. So what else we got? Real quick before I forget, this was Ben Knoll. I follow him on X. He is looking at ENSO, they call it, which is this area right here. This is what controls La Nina and El Nino. He's noting that it could be warming up a little bit more than expected. So if that happens, chances of La Nina in hurricane season could be less. And typically, if you have some sort of a warmer weather pattern out here, you usually get a little more wind shear coming across, which helps limit the number of storms. So I know everybody keeps, talking about the season and it's only February and I'm trying not to too. But I'm really back to my kick about it only takes one. And, last season I think we ended up with 18 names. Normal season's 14 names. So we did break it. But last season was not a hyperactive season like was predicted. I personally believe that we get way wrapped up in what the preseason number of storms are. We get really, news really breaks out when we have a lot of names predicted and everybody gets all worked up. Sometimes they don't even affect anybody. Sometimes we have a season with 14 storms, which is average, and sometimes some hit, some don't. So, I'm just too cautious on getting pom-poms out on any preseason prediction as far as the amount of storms that we're going to see. That's, I think 2023, we had the fourth largest season ever. 23. We had 20 systems. So 23, we had 20 named systems. 20. Last year we had 18. Now 23, we had Idalia. That was it. We had Harold in Texas, and we had this Ophelia or something. I don't even know what it was. We had a little tropical storm in Carolina. That was it. Idalia was bad, yes. Devastating for those in the Big Bend area, Florida northward. But again, we had 20 name systems that year. We had more names than last year, but last year, obviously, we had more land impacts, which made it seem like a lot worse of a season, but we had less names. Does that make sense? So I just don't get wrapped up in the amount of names. I think there's too much sharing of that, including myself probably. So I'm going back to it only takes one. Last year was, less names, more impacts. 23 was more names, less impacts. If that even makes sense. So there's that. Anyway, we'll see. Water temperature, shear. Hunter's going over there to pee somewhere. Good morning, Ms. Bonnie. How you doing? How's Wednesday looking on the East Coast? About the same. Bubba Davis, you're obviously in that 15% SPC. So yeah, it's, again, any day 5 is pretty aggressive by the Storm Prediction Center that far out. So hurricane pom-poms, no. Yeah, Renee. Yeah, my wife's been there 35 years, public. So, how many?
38 this year.
Holy crap! 38 years my wife's been in Publix. 38. Years. St. Patty's Day? When's St. Patty's Day, Shelley? Fillet of fish. Oh, God. I've had my share of fillet of fish, Mark Hall. Oh, Dominique is in Eastern North Carolina. Yeah, Dominique, I would be watching it. Jasmine in South Carolina for sure. I mean, it's just, too early to know specifics. I agree. It's just we know that there's... I'm reading my chats, Shelley, yes. So that's weather in a nutshell, by the way. Yeah, 30, that's a lot of years, Jesse. So we got the live timer now. It took me years to do that. Finally up there. Winter's not over yet, Sandra. So actually, we do have some cooler weather maybe coming down. Depends on where you live. But here's following Friday, March the 7th. 40s and 50s. Day 10, March 10th, we can still see 50s and 40s across the upper Gulf. This is March the 10th. So no, it's not. It's whatever you consider to be winter. It's, high temperatures. Here's highs for Monday. This is a blended model, so hopefully it's pretty accurate. It kind of takes all of them and puts them in an average. But there's upper 70s. 70s is it for high temps on Monday, March the 10th. High temps for Sunday tomorrow. We've got a little energy coming across. But there's your high temps. So it's not terrible. There's your big heat on Wednesday. So this is going to help fuel potential storms. 80s and 70s here across the Atlantic coastline. This is the hottest day coming, at least for the southeast. This is March the 5th, Wednesday. Little cool down on Thursday, and then things warm up a little bit. So after that. So I guess the next big question mark is going to be, the following weekend. And if this little energy comes across, which is fascinating to see, but this is kind of what's been showing up the following weekend. Every time we do one of our little lives here, it's showing up. Now the Euro's a little bit more on board. Let's do this here. So here's your midweek storms we're watching. Big question mark is going to be, of course, Wednesday, late into Thursday morning. What's left? Thursday morning right here. But here's that other little low pressure coming across, tagging along. And we'll see if this brings any weather. We could see some more snow, though. I've been seeing a lot of that. There's already going to be cool air in place. So, man, the Smokies getting another round of snow. But this is the following Saturday on the Euro. And the latest GFS is a little slower, but it's very close. And this is on weathernerds.org, by the way. Here's Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and then here comes that new little area that we're watching. This is early Sunday morning right here, Sunday morning. So it could be either Saturday or Sunday, but the Euro and the GFS are both showing some sort of a lowrider system coming down. And if we look at the infrared, I want to take a look at the infrared here. Let's see if it looks potent. So here's next week. There's your storms. And then the next little batch doesn't look too stormy, at least. This is that Saturday line that we could be seeing. So that, man, the spinach dip at Whiskey Wings is got to be the best spinach dip I've ever had in my life. You ever have spinach dip? Here's that big dip next week. Water vapor. Well, usually the water vapor loop really shows it well too. This is Wednesday night, so there you go. Your Wednesday storms there. Again, we'll see how much is left into Thursday morning, but it doesn't look like a lot. So looks like by Thursday it's pretty much gone for everybody. It could be a little lingering down in the Florida Thursday, but I think it pretty much cuts off Interstate 4 north as far as where I'm at. As his reason being the low pressure pulls so far to the north, it evens things out down south. So there you go. Raisin Cane. Actually, no. Emily loves Raisin Cane. I think it's too bland, actually. You gotta put a lot. Anytime you gotta put a lot of sauce on it. Spinach artichoke dip. I wish it was healthy. Jacksonville Beach, yes, you're gonna get some weather there, Bonnie. Jacksonville Beach will be getting Wednesday-ish, later Wednesday. Jalapenos is good on everything, Natalie. We go camping. We cook a pound of bacon, and Julie buys me fresh jalapenos, and I cut them up. I don't know anybody else that eats raw jalapenos, but they're good. Maybe that's why my stomach hurts a little bit. All right, so we got any more questions? I'm all yours for a minute, and then we're going to flip on over to the MWP crew side as I close things out. Going to Dega, yes, sir, Chuck, but not April probably. 100% October. We should have the Furman car in the October race, though, so that'll be a little extra bonus. I do have buddies that go in April, though. His name's Donnie and David. They're on the Boulevard. Spinach dip. Yeah, that's the spinach dip. Hey, who was that? Josh, you just came up with a new thing, man. It's a dip with spinach. We always have the weather puns with food. It's got spin, and it's a dip. It's spinach dip. We got a spinach dip alert. Let's see if I can get a better imagery here. Let's see here. Of what it could look like. So we got a dip and we have spin. Terry's talking about the pollen. Yeah, we got a pollen map here from Weather Channel on the site. You can click on it. It goes to weatherchannel.com. And right here is your current weather.com. They have a bunch of maps on here. But there's your tree pollen map. A lot more red showing. We have allergy maps, too. There's weed pollen, grass pollen, aches and pains, and breathing index. Spinach dip. How much wood could woodchuck? All right. Bill, yeah. All right. Well, listen, everybody, thanks for tuning in. There's an update on the weather. I'll be keeping everybody up to date. I'm going to do a little short right now and upload that. Got a little interesting phone call at 11. There's a Discovery Channel's calling at 11 a.m. and then we're talking about doing some hurricane coverage and sharing my Hurricane Ian experience and story with Hurricane Ian here in Florida. So that's cool. Have them reach out at 11. The hurricane wasn't cool, but Discovery Channel's cool. Bill, have a great ABC weekend. We should start doing a deal every time somebody goes ABC, we tag the page. So we got that coming up. And we'll go see Mom and Dad. Got softball tomorrow. So a lot on the plate. So, all right. We will see y'all Monday. Remember, I always post here when our next Daily Brew is. It'll be Monday. Today's Friday. So 2 things. Friday, since Kim is working today. We've got a lot of quotes in there. We only got a few cabins left, but our Mike Sweater page, 4th annual cruise. 4th annual cruise. It's coming up in June, first week of June. What better way to kick off hurricane season? If you have to kick it off, let's kick it off on a cruise. The brand new Utopia, the Seas leaving Port Canaveral, and all the details are right here on the brand new Utopia of the Seas. We have a balcony overlooking City Park. I've never done that. I'm so excited. There's me at a private function. We have a happy hour. We have a cocktail. We get a restaurant rented to us. We do giveaways. We have seminars. We have grab bags. We have all kinds of stuff. Get-togethers. So love to have you. All the information's right there. Call Kim. And then last but not least, we're going to switch on over to the Brew Crew side. If you'd like to support the page and be a little bit more involved, there are 2 options, Cat 1, Cat 5. You can do PayPal or Stripe, and we try to give back a lot of perks for helping the page. So try to go above and beyond and do a little bit more for your support. So if you're interested, there you go. All right, so I'll be back live Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. All right, we'll keep an eye on this developing system for next week. But for now, the weather is beautiful.